Hello there. This week I want to start out with a moral or an ethical debate on whether or not using software tracking for your kids and teenagers is ethical. My name is Steve. This is TQA Weekly. Didn't have an episode last week because I damaged my hand. But let's get into the topic at hand. There are quite a few of you out there that are parents and legal guardians that have teenagers and kids, some of them young. You might be wondering whether or not you should be using tracking and recording software and whether or not it is moral and or justified. Thank you in advance for at least thinking about it. Any person who is worried about morality and intent and ethical issues is at least conscious enough to know that the actions they're about to take may draw the line. You do have to take the kid into account. And here are a few questions, not all, but a few questions you might want to ask yourself about whether or not you should be using any software online to figure out what they're doing. And these are the same questions that you would have to ask yourself before communicating with them. Your even idea of implementing the possibility of having such software. So with no specific order, are they doing anything dangerous that can put themselves and others at risk? Teaching morality and ethics will teach them that both are in fact equal, so taking care of others as well as yourself is important. Are they doing something illegal? Because a lot of things that are illegal are also quite dangerous. Are they communicating with strangers or known people with bad intentions? This is something you might have to worry about. And more importantly, have you already caught them doing this, communicated with them about it, and have they continued to go down this route anyway? That question specifically is what would land you on the ethical side of tracking and recording software. But we also have to take the child and the teenager into account. Do they possess the enlightened knowledge to bypass all software and restrictions that you may put on their devices, whether or not you wanted to track them in the first place or record what they were doing? Because I'll tell you one thing, even as a kid, I could defeat all of it. You do have to keep in mind all of this before you even consider whether or not you're going to be tracking or recording what they're doing. So what do you think? Leave your personal opinions down below. Create a discussion. Is it moral and or ethical to be tracking very specific kinds of kids and teenagers online? Because after all, one kid, one teenager is vastly different from the others. It would be less ethical to be tracking somebody who is completely communicative, that is completely honest, that does admit to fault and mistakes and keeps you informed, compared to the one who just doesn't give a damn, does anything they want, and ends up harming other people. This is where we end up having to learn which one of these people deserves or needs to be tracked or recorded. The rest, let them learn. That's how we grow. So, put down your discussions down below or reply to this video. I'm waiting for your replies. And for everyone else, like this episode if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, share with those you think can benefit from this, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions for topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com or go to my website, tqaweekly.com, where you can see the show notes on this episode, past others, find other ways of subscribing, and of course use the contact form to email me directly. And of course, if you want to see me play video games, I stream every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.